guys, welcome, welcome. Hi, Glenn and Thelma and Irene and Mary R, Mary T, Irene. I think I said Irene twice. You're doubly welcome, Irene. And that was it. Okay, so we got something I'm really excited about showing you today. This little album that goes with the treasure chest. I went into this with no expectations at all. And I got to say, it's a really exciting pattern. So I'm anxious to share that with you. Before I do, I want to share something that Roberta sent in. This was a pattern that she and I have been talking about, something we saw online. It's one of the demonstrations from Heartfelt Creations of the new festive Christmas stamp sets. And Roberta and I were kind of in a contest, sort of, to see which of us was going to get it done first. It was not me. Look at this beautiful card. Come in close, honey, so they can really see it. Isn't that gorgeous?
You have to hold it still.
That's even more gorgeous when you turn the light on. Isn't that pretty? Oh my gosh.
That's very pretty.
Love, love, love it. Roberta wanted me to share it with everybody so you could all see how beautiful it is. Isn't that just great fun?
Turn the light off again and then back on so we can see the impact.
Off. And it's gorgeous card off. But when you find a little button and turn it on, it's just stunning.
Very pretty, Roberta.
Isn't that fun? If you want to know how to do this, there's a Heartfelt Creations tutorial out there. And you too can do this. If you don't have the stamps, I know where you can get them. But isn't that gorgeous? And I'll figure out some way to do the little lights for you. You can get them on the Amazon, but you have to get them like 20 at a time. And that might be more than you guys want to spend. So I'm going to maybe offer those little lights for maybe $2 a set so that you guys can avoid having to spend the $20 to get.
Glenn says he needs a class.
He needs a class on that. Isn't the light just beautiful? Well, there is a beautiful class out there. She does a gorgeous job of demonstrating. But I will perhaps make the light sets available if you want them. Like I said, you can get them on Amazon, but you have to buy them like 20 sets at a time for them to be cost effective. So we could probably do like $2 a set for them. And
Catherine.
Hi, Catherine. Good to see you. Okay, let's look at what we're going to do today. This is the album that matches I did not embellish the inside of it. I figured that for me personally, I'd rather wait to put the embellishments on until I put the pictures in and work around those. And I figured you guys were probably going to do whatever the heck you wanted on the inside anyway. So it wouldn't matter that I didn't take the time to embellish this all the way through. I did use the same cover design that was used by Graphic 45 because I thought it was beautiful. And what I'm so excited about with this album is this hinge design and how they're doing this. So without further ado, I think we should just get into it, because we have a bit to do here today. The very first we're going to work on our covers. And the very first thing we're going to do for our cover is cut up cereal boxes or the cover to your Graphic 45 set We just need some lightweight chipboard. If you don't have lightweight chipboard, it's fine to go ahead and use a single piece of chipboard, but do not double it. Just use a single piece of chipboard. And these, in this case, I had 2 graphic 45 covers sitting around. So I cut my pieces out of there. You're going to want to cut 4 pieces. Hi, Karen. You're going to want to cut 4 pieces that are 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. And again, it doesn't matter what you're using for chipboard, but if it's heavy chipboard, just make 1 layer instead of 2, okay? So if you're using your regular crafting chipboard, like your G45 chipboard, just use 1 layer instead of the 2 layers we're going to use of the lightweight chipboard. So you're going to cut 4 of those in total. Not surprisingly, that's going to become your front and back covers. So we're going to go ahead and glue these on, glue these together. We're going to double the layer just because it's very light chipboard that we're using. And we're going to glue the design to the inside, leave the white showing. Not that it's really, really going to matter at all, because we're going to cover it all anyway. Okay, so I'm going to go face to face with these. And I'm going to create one. So my size was off just a tad. I'll just trim it, make it match. How's that? There we go. Now it matches. Okay, so we got 1. Oh, no internet or telephone for 2 weeks. That's terrible. We're going to glue this one together. We have 4 as of the last time I looked. I'm not sure how many of these we actually have now. As of the last time I looked, we had 4 of these kits left. Could you look and link these kits of... It's the treasure box kit. I wonder how many we still have out there. This is no longer available at G45. So when these are gone, they're gone. Okay. That's looking good. Down at the, yeah, it's down at the bottom of the page. Keep going. There it is. Oh, I got some more, evidently. I must have gotten some in the last order. Good. Well, actually, I'm kind of glad about that since they're sold out at G45. We have 8 of these remaining. I can't believe what all you get out of one kit. This is probably the highest value kit from G45 I found yet in terms of everything that you can do with it. Okay, so I have these 2 glued together. I have cut 2 pieces of this paper from your kit. Bye, Karen. We're going to cut 2 pieces that are 5.5 by 7.5. 2 pieces that are 5.5 by 7.5. We're going to lay that down. We're going to make the blue side the upper side. We're going to put this on our cover. I'll go ahead and put this down. Roughly centered. Okay, now I'm going to, as if I was sewing, I'm not going to go any closer than about 1/8 of an inch to the corner, but I'm going to trim my corners off. Allow about 1/8 of an inch. If you don't do that, you end up having a bare spot there you don't want. Okay, so we trim off all 4 corners. I'm going to fold up my corner. Fold my corner. And fold my corner. And see how that creates a really nice pleat there at the corners. Hi, Sharma. And, yeah. Hello, Annette. Hope your shoulder's feeling better. Okay, we're going to glue this in place. When I made the first one, I made 2 mistakes. One is that I used regular chipboard and I doubled it. And 2, I cut my corners a little too close. So this inside cover didn't look quite as good as I wanted it to. This one's going to look much, much better because I am fixing those 2 things this time around. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the other one. And we will have 2 covers made. Of course, if you want to have a heavier cover, you could cut both of those in regular chipboard and cut this piece a little bit bigger, and that would take care of it. So you could do that. Okay, you'll see how nice and pretty that looks. Beautiful on the other side. So let's go ahead and do the other one. Once again, we're going to flip it and work on the back side. If you guys really want a class in the lighted cards, we can do that. But the class that's out there from Heartfelt really is quite good. Okay. I'm going to cut these again, making sure that I leave about 1/8 of an inch. I'm going to fold these up again.
Says he doesn't like a lot of card video channels. He likes this one.
Okay. Well, we'll have to see what we can do for you then, Glenn. After all, I do have to make that card because Roberta beat me to it already. I even had my lights first, and she still beat me to it. And one of the nice things about those little lights is that this is not a card people are going to throw away right after Christmas. They're just not. They're going to keep this one. And the little lights have replaceable batteries. It's like a watch battery. So that's nice to know that you can actually create something that will be a long-term treasure to your family. Roberta is not afraid to try anything. That is true. That is truth. If it's crafting, she has done it or will do it or will try it when it comes out. Can anyone tell me where to go to see hunky-dory cards made? They're new to me, and the idea sheet that comes with the product is all I've seen. And it's practically worthless. I need more details. Well, Sandy, you came to the right place, hon. We kind of specialize in hunky-dory around here. And if you look at the videos, we have videos under both video, and those are the older ones, and more recently we've been live streaming, but we have beautiful samples for hunky-dory cards. Not all of the new collections, but we can give you lots of ideas on what you can do. What you can do with the different patterns. So it may not be exactly the same set, but we'll give you lots of ideas for how to do stuff. Okay, we have our 2 covers. We're going to set these 2 covers aside, and we're going to use this scoreboard I have out here. We have cut 3 paper pages that are 4 by 12 inches long. So you can use 1 sheet of this seahorse paper with the yellow dots on the back, and you want 3 sheets that are 4 inches wide. We're going to take these sheets to the scoreboard, and we're going to score this at 1 1/2 inches. So 1 1/2, 3, 4 1/2, 6, 7 1/2, 9, 10 1/2, and then of course our next score would be at 12. So, oops, I'm frozen. I hope you're still hearing me. You hearing me okay, guys? My screen's frozen. Oh, I'm moving again, so hopefully that means something. Are we still? Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, good. All right. I'm taking the second sheet, and I'm scoring at 1 1/2, at 3, at 4 1/2, at 6, at 7 1/2, at 9, at 10 1/2, and again, the last score would be at 12, wouldn't it? Third piece.
Scoring every 2 inches.
1 1/2 inches. 1 1/2, 3, 4 1/2, 6, 7 1/2, 9, 10 1/2. Okay. I think I'm done with my scoreboard for now. I'm going to set this aside. We'll keep the scoring tool. What do I do with the tool? This. Okay. And we're going to fan fold these. Make little pleats out of them. I got the first one done. Okay. Once we've done that, we're going to take these two loose ends here that only have one. They're just the single side. And we're going to glue those two together. Just like that. So let's go ahead and glue this.
Tell Sandy what time our classes are that we stream.
Sure. We're at 5 o'clock on Wednesdays, 5 Pacific time. That's our What's New Wednesday. And that way, with What's New Wednesday, you can see all the new things we're bringing in, including the new Hunky Dory. So What's New Wednesday is at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern time. And then we have on Thursdays, we have crafting class at 4 p.m., which is 7 p.m. Eastern time. And we run for about 2 hours on Thursday. On Saturday, we start at 2 o'clock Pacific, which is 5 p.m. Eastern time. And we run anywhere from 2 to 3 hours. We're seldom 3 hours, but we could run longer. And glue these two pieces together. So if you have to, if they're not going to match up for these to glue, just fold it the other way. You know what I mean? And so you might have to reverse your folds. Is that what I'm saying? In order to get these to line up exactly the way you want them. I'm going to glue this end flap under here. And now I have this long piece. Okay. Huh?
Accordion.
Yeah, an accordion fold. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue these flaps. So everywhere I have a mountain, I'm actually going to put glue in the center of it. So I'm going to take this one. And I'm going to create one heavier peek out of this. And I'm just going to glue that like that. And then I'm going to do the next one. Now it's taking the gap out between the pages. So this is going to be, these are going to accordion fold really close by the time that we're done here. That's okay. That's what it's supposed to do. So we're gluing our mountains closed. We're creating a hinge of sorts.
Glenn has told Sandy about good sales. Maybe you could tell her how she will get notified of good sales. Like
Sandy, we need to get you hooked up with our newsletter. Our newsletter comes out 1 to as many as 4 times a week, but usually not that many. A minimum of 1 and a maximum of 4 times a week. And in our newsletter, you get one edition that comes out on Wednesday that links to all the products we've talked about that are new in the store. And that way you can find the things that we've been talking about. See how this is turning into an accordion. I'm just going to keep working my way across here, and I'm going to be putting glue in each one of these mountains. And in addition to the Wednesday, I'll sometimes have extra editions that say, tomorrow's a $2 Tuesday sale, or today's a $2 Tuesday sale. And I will tell you what's on sale and how to find it and send you links to those products. And we have some pretty amazing sales. Pretty amazing sales. Our customers will tell you they're good ones. They're good ones you're not going to find anywhere else. And once in a while, I'll do last of its kind sale, one of a kind sales, where it's perfectly great product. It's just that we have one left, and I don't want to take up room on the shelf for one product. I can't really promote it or talk about it. Okay, we'll see you when you get back, Sandy. Okay, we'll keep working on these. We're almost done here. This is the key to the whole thing right here, guys. And I tried to score those really, really evenly, and my folds are still off a little bit. I'm not worried about that. Okay. And keep putting the glue in the mountains. Don't get discouraged if this isn't as even as you would like it to be. I think I did a pretty good job scoring, and still my scores are off a little bit. Your paper shifts this way and that way a little bit, especially when you're doing it quick and doing it online. It tends to do that a little bit more. You can kind of straighten it out a little bit. But when you're finished, you should have, counting the outs, the single layer outsides, you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You'll have 12 altogether. Okay? Let's go back to our covers. I'm going to bring those in. My hinge is 4 inches. My cover is 6 1/4. I'm going to put glue on this flap, on this single flap. I'm going to put glue on the yellow side. And I'm going to center my cover. And it's actually, uh-oh. What did I do wrong? I wanted my yellow on the outside. And I ended up with my, can I still do this? Let's think about this. Can I still do it? Yes. No, I can't. I went the wrong way. Dang it. All right. Well, you wouldn't even know I was doing anything wrong if I hadn't bellowed about it, fretted about it. But that's okay. We're going to do it this way anyway. All right. I thought I was keeping it right side up all the time, but I evidently didn't. I wanted yellow to be my outside, but that's okay.
So you should have folded it the opposite way then.
Probably. But it's all right. It doesn't matter, really. It really doesn't matter a whole lot. Okay, so I took my cover and I glued one piece, the single piece of my cover to the outside, and a double, one of my mountain peaks to the inside. I'm going to do the same thing with my back cover. It mostly gets covered up anyway, so it really, really doesn't matter. I'm going to match that up and try and make sure that my covers are going to be even. I'm going to glue one to the back side and one to the inside cover.
Irene says now it matches the chest box, the box chest.
Yes, it does. Okay, let's make sure that this is all lined up nice. Because you want your front and back covers to line up. And we have our hinges inside. Okay, next thing you're going to do is you're going to cut a bunch of bigger pieces of paper. We're going to cut 8 sheets of paper, and I'll show you which ones I've used. 8 sheets of paper that are going to be 8 inches across by 6 inches. So you can get 2 of these out of 1 sheet. And you want things that the 8 by 6 is going to make sense both on the front and the back. For example, this looks nice and this looks nice. I don't have partially cut panels and stuff showing. I want both sides of the paper to look good, so that's how you should make your decisions as far as which pieces of paper to use. The directions do have an order for these papers. It doesn't matter at all what order they go in. I'm going to put this mermaid first just because she'll look pretty in my book. I've got an 8 by 6 cut. Now, once I've done that, I want to cut. You're going to measure over and you're going to cut a slit in this piece of paper. You're going to cut a slit at 4 inches, which is halfway. And you're going to cut a slit that runs from 1 to 5 inches. You're cutting a 4-inch slit in the center. See, I haven't already done, just to save us time. So I'm going to fold this paper in half. And when I do that, I have already cut. Well, actually, I had these on my desk, and I'm finding that they tack things really quickly, Sharma. So I am enjoying them, actually. I'm not sure it's my new favorite glue. It's not my favorite glue for card making, but it certainly is in projects that are bigger. Now, I'm going to feed this paper, my first hinge, right through that paper that I've slit. Okay, I've got my folded paper, and I'm going to feed it right onto that first hinge. You'd have to try it, Glenn. I haven't tried that. Next, I'm going to grab another of my sheets. Oops. Let's see. They're here. I grab another of my sheets. I've already created a slit from 1 to 5 in the center of my 8 by 6 paper. Does that make sense what I'm talking about with the slit, guys? I'm folding this in half, and I'm going to go to my second hinge coming up here, and I'm just going to feed that 4-inch hinge right through that opening. Come on. Right through that opening that I've created in my paper. And I'm going to keep feeding these on here until I have them all. This one, you can see it there. I'm going to put this one next. One of these, I slipped and overcut the slit just a little bit. I found before that it was actually okay, and you'll see why it ends up being okay in a minute. I wouldn't worry about it or remake that page if you get the slit just a little bit too long. All of these have that slit cut in them. And in each case, the mark at 1 and the mark at 5, and cut a slit between the two. That is exactly correct, Glenn. I would have done them on the air, but that just would take a lot of time to do all that measuring and cutting, so I went ahead and did them.
Now, if you wanted maybe a thinner book, not quite so thick, you could just only do 2 of your 12-inch panels.
Sure, if you wanted a smaller book, you could just make the number of hinges to come through that you want. I'm going to close that. And we're going to put the gears to the outside this time. I've got my... This is just... You know, it really doesn't take all that much paper. It is cute as a bug's ear. And when you get it done, you're going to find that it's actually surprisingly sturdy.
Well, this next step is what's going to blow
your
mind.
The next step is going to show you how we're getting the sturdiness. I love those coral on this page. Isn't that beautiful? Feed that right through. And if all goes well, when you get to the last hinge, you should have 1 piece of paper left. Oh, let's see. Yeah, that won't look good. This is my 8th page. So this book is going to be, well, these pages I'm adding 16 pages here because each of my 8 becomes 2 4-inch pages. And see, we got all those in. Now, we're going to go back to the front. I'm going to actually cover this page with a piece of that coral that I love. You can do this with any leftover papers, was what I think is so cool about it. And the only thing you need to watch is to make sure that the pattern on both sides of the paper is going to make sense. Like I said, you don't want these boxes cut all up and, you know, oddness there. I have one there. I'll put this one here. This is just going to be such a neat project because it doesn't take long to do. And it doesn't take an awful lot of paper. In fact, I'm fairly certain I have enough pages left to do another album. And that's after doing the chipboard box and this one. I still have a lot of pages left. So I can at least do some cards, if not an album. So I've covered my front and back covers. Now, we're going to anchor these pages down. We're going to do that with some 5 by 6-inch papers. We're going to alternate which one we use as we work through the book. You want to cut. Now these are okay that they have patterns on the back because we're going to fold this in half. I'm going to take the first of my 5 by 6 inches. I didn't tell you how many to cut. You want the green and the orange if you're following the same book I am. And you want 4 out of each color. Okay? 4 out of each color. I'm going to fold this in half. I'm going to put glue all over the inside on both sides.
This is going to be one of her favorite look back classes.
Who said that?
Catherine.
This is just a really neat project. I'm going to take this and I'm going to capture that hinge. I'm going to make sure that this page is centered. And you'll see I have about a 1/2 inch at the top and a 1/2 inch at the bottom, which makes perfect sense since these pages were 6 inches and these pages are 5. And what it does is this page is wider than the slit in our paper, so it anchors both pages securely into the book. Isn't that just the coolest thing? I don't know who came up with this, but I commended the artist that came up with this hinge idea. I just think it is the neatest thing ever. Okay, I'm going to alternate my colors. So this time I'm going to use green. I'm going to put glue all over it. Now I have an idea for you, for a gift idea. If you're making this project, I recommend that you make the album and make the box. We'll look at the box again in a minute. And you will certainly have enough papers to at least make cards. So what you're going to want to do is make up some matching note cards or a second album if you prefer, and gather the album with the gift box and a selection of cards. And would that be just the neatest gift ever for somebody? That would just be amazing. And you have plenty of room in that gift box to add a nice selection of cards too. So we're just going to keep working our way through here, adding our pages, anchoring things down. Remember when I said that if you overcut it just a little bit like I did here, don't worry about that. The hinge will usually correct that. You know, this page going over the top. Unless it's a really, really bad cut, this is just going to take care of it. If it's a really bad cut, you might just remake that page. But if it's just a little overcut, don't worry about it. Slide your page in. And it'll be beautifully anchored. I just think this is one of the most clever albums I've seen. And I love the fact that there's no sewing. You know me, I don't sew. There's no sewing. There is no hardware requirement. You just use up your extra papers. Well, what could be better than that? We've all got stashes of extras. Every one of us, I guarantee it. You know, from kits and projects we've done, we have leftovers. And this doesn't take all that many. If you think about it, it amazes me that I've done the treasure box and now the album, and I still have so much paper. These would also be fabulous, absolutely fabulous to make with the patterns and solids papers, because every paper in the patterns and solids would work for every purpose in here, right? Because they're all going to look good as single pages. So you're not going to get any of this. This is what I was saying we wanted to avoid when we were cutting our pages earlier. We don't want these partial frames, but it doesn't matter on this piece because it's going to the inside. Come on. Gluing it good, both sides. There we go. Beautiful. Three more pages, three more tabs. That's a good sign. Are you thinking through the possibilities, guys? How about doing a family reunion? You know, when you're doing a family reunion, having people come together, make these little albums, have somebody responsible for having little disposable cameras, run up to Walgreens or a 1 hour photo place, have those photos developed and have everybody create their own album of the family reunion right at the family reunion.
Glenn and Irene said they had some one-of-a-kind paper they didn't know what to do with, and now they do.
Yeah, here you go. These are just, it's really a clever idea. I just was in awe when I was looking at it, thinking, whoever came up with this is a really genius idea. So simple. How come I didn't think of it? How about little mini albums for daughters and daughters-in-law at Christmas, or grandkids? Little themed albums of their pets or their friends or their recital or graduation. Yeah. A few nice shots. And the nice thing is that you can use some of these pages for pictures, and then you can use sayings and stuff on the other pages to make the book complete. Oh, I didn't think of it, Catherine. Thank you, love. You're very generous, but somebody at Heartfelt Creations thought this, or no, at Graphic 45 thought this one up. I cannot take credit. I just copied the design, but I do love the design, and I intend to use it.
But you copied it so well.
Oh, I copied it so well. Okay. Just such a slick album design, I'm telling you.
Say hi to Betty G.
Hi, Betty. I'm sorry you're not feeling well, huh? And when you do this, you're going to realize just how fun and easy this is to do. Even when I got my hinge backwards, it isn't going to matter at all. It just isn't going to matter, guys. The hinge works right. That's the important thing. I just got the wrong side showing on my cover. But that's okay. It doesn't matter. Migraines are no fun. Jordan has suffered from migraines since she was 2. Let's take a little brief look here. Get a big page and a small page, big page, small page, big page, small page. So darn cute. Okay, let's do the cover. Wow, we're moving right along today. Have we only been at it for less than an hour?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, guys.
You're going to be done early.
I'm going to be done early, and I can't believe that. But you see how easy it is? Okay, from your punch-out sheet, you're going to take "The Sea is Calling and I Must Go." Also from your chipboard punch-out sheet.
Say hi to Mary R.
Hi, Mary R. Good to see you, friend. Did she actually come on?
Yeah, she was there.
There you are.
Hello, everyone.
Okay, you're going to take this little seahorse tag from our chipboard sheet. From the big featured art on the first page, you're going to take this mermaid and you're going to trim her out, trim at least to the top of the fish's head, and trim this out around outside the green line. Okay? Now, yes, Thelma, I got my envelope yesterday. So clever. You are so clever, lady. And so thoughtful. I just love you for taking care of everybody and doing all the fun little things you do. Okay. We're going to glue this. Oh, we cut these two. I cut 2 pieces that are 3 3/4 by 5 3/4 out of this orange shell. Okay. And I'm not going to attach this one down yet. I'm going to add glue. I'm going to add glue to all but the very outside edge of this, like that. See there, I skipped the half edge on the edges. I'm going to put this down. Actually, I want it about there. I'm going to put that down so I have about 1.5 inches or so at the top of the page. I'm going to try and center that good. And now I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut around my 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. Is not what I said it was. I'll measure it again just to make sure. Okay. This piece is, the orange piece was 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. I was right. Okay. So what you end up with is this arch with the lady, the mermaid. I'm going to glue this now to my front.
If you wanted to devise a clasp, like a ribbon tying clasp, would you glue your ribbon to the front and then put this on top of it?
Yes. If I wanted ribbon closures, I would put the ribbon closure down first. And Candidly, just so I probably would take the ribbon all the way around across the back hinge and come out the other side. So if I wanted to tie it off, I could in front. Okay. There we go. Beautiful. All right. Next, let's put the panel on the back. Let's put this panel on the back. The back cover. That's why I said I wasn't too worried about getting the yellow and the seahorses mixed up because not much of it shows. Okay. I'm going to put the sea is calling and I must go on some foam squares. Hold the foam squares down just a little bit under this arch. Let me show you what I mean by that, because we're going to tuck something under here that I want to fit. And just a couple more here. Okay, so I want to recess just a little bit lower than this. Okay, take our little backers off our foam squares. Come on. Really? And it sticks to my table on everything. Okay. I'm going to come down here into the corner, go right to the corner of the blue. The sea is calling and I must go. I'm going to go to my clocks. This is included in your kit. I go to my clocks, your tacky or your cosmic shimmer glue will be plenty tough enough to hold these in place. Do put plenty of glue on it though. I'm going to put the big clock with the 12 up right here into this corner and just kind of a little bit behind that pocket. I'm going to take the next largest one and one of these doubles. I'm going to put the double right here in the center. And I'm going to go with this next larger clock. And I want to make sure that the 12 is up, and I'm going to put it right overlapping that image just a little bit. These are extras. You could use on the inside if you wanted. Now I have this tag, and I seem to have lost my thread. Nope, it's on me. I have a tag here, and I have a little piece of twine. I never use, it would be a great job for jute, but I never use jute because I'm allergic to it. So I have a little piece of twine here. I'm going to feed it through and then capture it through the hole. And then I'm going to tie a little bunny ears bow by just creating 2 loops and feed one loop through the other. Get some little bunny ears. And then tighten those loops up. That looks nice. I'm going to trim the tails. And I'm going to put this at the very top of my album. I'm going to position it down so that the ribbon is kind of over the album and it doesn't get pulled loose. And there's our cover. Okay, it's dusty, isn't it, Mary R? And what's funny is in the 70s, I taught macrame classes for a craft store. And every night I had people with jute in there. And I don't remember it bothering me to the same degree then. But now it just drives me crazy. I had somebody who brought sisal rope to class one night that she was wrapping around she was making a cat post. And she brought that sisal rope and I about choked to death before she got that project done and got that rope out of there. All right. Now, in your project directions, which those of you who might be doing this with other papers won't have, but you can print this off the Graphic 45 site. Did you know that? That you can go in and get these project sheets and you can print them even if you don't buy the kit? There are suggestions for how to decorate your pages. Like I said, I prefer to actually decorate my pages after I put my photos in so I know where I have room. But they do have suggestions for how to decorate it. So let's take a look at the whole assembly here. We have our box we made a couple weeks ago. We have our two albums, which fit nicely in the box. And you still have room for note cards if you wanted to make some note cards to put in here. So how beautiful is that? That's an amazing gift idea and a beautiful value. Now, this kit is not cheap. I'm not going to tell you it's cheap. It's $50. But I think it's well worth it that you get the album, you get the box, and then you have so many leftover materials to make other things out of. So what do you guys think? Did I oversell it, or is this just like the neatest album idea ever? Any questions, comments, or pearls of wisdom about what we've been up to here? I know you're on overdrive, Glenn. That's awesome. It really is a neat idea. Even if you're not an album maker, give it a try. Give it a try. Oh yeah, dried flowers bothered you. That's interesting.
Mary R didn't get to see Roberta's card.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's take a second look at Roberta's card. Now, Roberta sent me this link to this video, and I was totally impressed with it. And I said, which one of us are going to get it done first? She said, I don't know. I have my lights on order. I ordered lights that night. I got mine first, but she got her card done first. This, you can have to come back in. Okay, so here's the card that Roberta made. Isn't that beautiful? It's gorgeous, just like that. It's even more gorgeous when you turn it on. So friend Roberta made this to share it with everybody. It's got a little battery pack on the back. It's just like 1/4 of an inch tall. And this has a replaceable battery in it. So how cool is that? We'll turn it off so you can see the magic again. So this is a card people are going to want to keep. And the battery in the battery pack is changeable. So they don't have to throw it away because the battery runs down. It's changeable. Isn't that just beautiful? That was completed by friend Roberta. Love it, love it, love it. She beat me. I haven't done one yet. Okay, so if you haven't already given thumbs up, I sure would appreciate it if you do that. If you have already done that, as soon as you can, leave a comment under the video if you would, please. Tell me how you expect to use this little album trick. Any ideas and suggestions, ways you might use it? I liked your idea of the clasp, Glenn. Any little things that you'd like to do to take the idea and run with it? It'd be fun to share with your friends here. So write me a little comment if you would. Not only will it be great for your friends to read, it also helps our ratings with YouTube. If you're not already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss anything we've been up to. We have great fun every week. I think that's all I have for today. We will be back on Wednesday for What's New Wednesday. It will be at 5 p.m. Western Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. For our friend from earlier, I will put I got dinner in the crock pot, but now I need to create. What was I going to say? Oh, for our friend that visited with us earlier, I'm going to put the link to the newsletter in the box right under this video, so that anybody interested in signing up for our newsletter and for our sale notices will have the opportunity to do that. For now, please,
what's up for next week?
Please call me after class. For next week, I don't have my calendar here. Is it open on yours?
No.
There's a calendar on the table. Grab the calendar off the table. I didn't bring my computer over here. I'd look. I know Margie is doing a class on Thursday. She's doing, and she has a class kit up already, guys. She's doing the class that has 2 tattered lace dies included in her class kit. She's doing the lemonade class from Hot Off the Press, but she's incorporating 2 of the dies from tattered lace in her class kit, and the whole class kit, including the cards, the envelopes, the foam squares, the 2 tattered lace dies, is $19.99. I think we've totally lost our minds on this one. That is a great, great deal. And her class kit is out there right now. So Margie is doing the Hot Off the Press lemonade stand on Thursday. And I'm doing the Heartfelt Creations. Yeah, I think I'll still do it. I'm going to do the Heartfelt Creations Open Rose, the Wild Rose flowers, next Saturday. I was looking to see whether I was going to switch 2 of my classes here, but I think we'll go ahead and do the Heartfelt Creations Wild Rose on Saturday. So we just have so many good things happening. Oh my gosh. We do have a bundle. Unfortunately, the bundle was all those dies and stamps were full price to me. So the bundle is not discounted, but there is a bundle available for this that has the stamp, the die, and the mold for the Wild Rose. It's not, I will call you, Irene. I absolutely will.
And Mary R.
And Mary R. Okay. Yeah, I will call you. Absolutely. Okay. So that's what we have coming up in the next week. Any other questions? Call Irene and Mary R. Send me a text message to do that, please. Otherwise, we do a lighted card class? Well, who's asking that? That's a couple of you now.
Go ahead and ask for it. And
oh, Cindy. Hi, Cindy. Sure, we'll get a lighted card class on the schedule. Yes, we will. I'll figure out how to work it in there. So look for the Heartfelt Creations Open Rose next week and Margie's Hot Off the Press Lemonade kit. Her kit is already out there, and my Open Rose, I believe my Open Rose is out there, but I will make sure that it is. Any other questions? Good questions today, guys. I'm going to see if I can take that lighted card in a little different direction, just so I'm not, just so that we can have another sample. That's what I think I'll do. Okay. The printer is up and working, Thelma, so I should be able to send the preliminary Christmas card list. I'm going to ask you guys to check and verify the information on it. Do you want to stay? Is your address correct? Is your zip code correct? So I'm sending that out tonight. Yeah, I needed my printer fixed so I could convert files to PDF, and my printer just died on me. But we got a new one in, and it's up and running. Any other questions? You guys are good with the questions today. Christmas card list will come out tonight. Okay, I think that's it. For now, I'm going to say good night, Gracie, so I can go get the Christmas card list done.